Alongside Geoff Haxton, I'm Chois Woodman. We're here from the First United Bank studio, and we are not as happy as we were the last couple of weeks because we're talking three key reasons Texas Tech lost to Kansas State on Saturday. And I'm going to start with what I think was your biggest issue, and that was the defensive side of the football. I think a lot of people are talking offense this week, and rightfully so for some of it, but the defense is something you've come to expect something of under Tim DeRuyter, something you've been able to count on a lot in the Joey McGuire era, and you weren't able to count on them during the stretch. You had a 21-17 lead, give up 21 straight points, and they beat the heck out of you. And the frustrating part is you know what's coming with Kansas State, you know what they're going to do, and you just can't stop it. Giant holes that Avery Johnson's able to make you look silly with. And the defense just really let you down the stretch. And that was key number one to the loss for me.
When I look at both sides of the football, especially in the second half, for me it's simplification. You're in a spot where you didn't really expect to be. Of course, with Texas Tech, no Baron Morton because of his shoulder. So you get Jake Strong out there. It seemed like his playbook was very complicated, throwing balls over the middle that K-State could go get, throwing deep balls down the sideline that K-State could go get. When you look at the other side with Avery Johnson, pretty simple, right? Take the snap, follow the big boys. They're creating holes.
Sure.
It's a lot easier for him to put the ball under his right arm or left arm and run to all this success. How simple K-State made it for their young quarterback versus Texas Tech, I thought was huge.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that. And I also think a third key to why Texas Tech loses is you just got out-toughed. You got out-toughed specifically in the trenches. And that's where I think that's frustrating because that's part of Joey McGuire's the brand is the toughest, hardest
And really,
working.
you're rolling on almost a decade of getting out-toughed by Kansas
Yeah,
State.
I mean, you can put whatever cliche you want in, but the same song, different verse, same story, different chapter, whatever. It was something you've seen forever from Kansas State. Again, you knew it was coming, but unfortunately, you weren't
Couldn't
the toughest
stop it.
team in the trenches, and I think that was the biggest problem, or a big problem for Texas Tech, was offensive line. You got pushed around a lot, weren't able to run the football, and we knew that was a possibility, but the defensive line also just gets manhandled, and Kansas State does whatever they want all Saturday. Texas Tech, though, they hit the road next for the last game before the bye week, and our favorites.
Favorites in Provo.
Favorites in Provo, as we sit early in the week against BYU. You'll be able to catch that game coming up on Double T 97.3 Saturday night. That's it for us today. For Geoff Haxton, I'm Chois Woodman. You're here with the Double T Sports Network.